life, there's your mom's life, and there's my life. And one little boy can't call all the shots for three people. That's not as bad as it sounds, because we all love you very much. But you've got to trust that we do love you, and we want you to have a good life. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so chin up.
Oh, Lana. I didn't know you were working here.
Dr. Vernon, hi. Yeah, sure, I help out Brad whenever I can. I mean, it's not a regular job. When Brad got up this morning, he said he was going to be a little short-handed, so I offered to come in.
I see. That's very nice.
Well, you know, we try to be good to one another. That's important in a relationship, don't you think?
Yes, I do. Is Brad around?
No, he's not. He had to go out and get some supplies, but I expect him back any minute. Why don't you wait? You know, we have some new things, and you can take a look at the pool.
Well, I think I will do that.
Okay, and I'll tell Brad you're here as soon as he gets back.
Thank you.
Oh, God, I hope that was all right when I said to Brad's father. Oh, he's going to find out sooner or later.
Who are you talking to?
Just now?
Just as I came in the door.
I do. I do that all the time. When I eat alone, I talk to my sandwich.
What do you say? Hello, sandwich. I'm going to eat you now.
No, that's dumb. I say things like, you look good. Wait till I tell you who's
Wait a second. Wait a minute. First, I want to apologize for my behavior. I was angry, but I didn't have any right to take that on you.
Well, that's okay. Everybody does that sometimes. It's called kicking the dog.
Well, I apologize, dog, okay?
Dr. Jansen, listen, I'm going to be leaving for the day. I want to give you a number where you can reach me this evening, okay? It's 555-7236.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Jansen. Dr. Jansen, I'm good at question. This is Richard Abbott. Yeah, sure, Richard. What can I do for you? You can put my head on so that what you can do. I ran into a baseball bat.
A what? Relax, that's all.
Listen, if you're going to be there for a couple of minutes, I'd like to come over, all right? Yeah, sure. Listen, where are you? I mean, can you drive? Yeah, sure. I'm only about a half a mile from here. All right. Look, don't go through the emergency room. You just come straight up to my office, all right? I'll wait for you here. Okay, thanks, Doctor. I'll be right there.
Mrs. Vernon, in her will, gave me a bequest. Lana, if you have any influence over him, perhaps you can persuade him.
want to talk to me directly.
That's the problem, Brad. I can't.
Dr. Riley was here. I'll try to listen to him, okay?
Thank you, Lana. All right, tell him I'll be available anytime tomorrow.
I don't want to talk about it, Lana.
But I'm just so sorry.
Well, don't waste your sympathy, all right?
But I don't understand. He didn't say a word to you. Why did you have to
He didn't say a word?
No, he walked in the door and you started in on him.
Lana, he has been hurling words at me all my life. Putting me down, telling me what a bum I am, putting my mother down by calling me a mama's boy. Now, how do you expect me to make you understand?
Let's try. Right? Now look, you ran into your father on the street today, right? And you had a fight.
Who told you that?
You did. I swear, it seems like every time the two of you run into each other, that's what happens. Anyway, you know what I think? I think your father came here today to apologize to you, or at least to let you know that he wanted to keep in touch with you.
Is that what he said?
No. But he said he wanted to talk, and if you could find the time and do this over tomorrow.
Oh, listen, Lana, something you misunderstand about him. If he wants to talk to me, it's only to put me down. If he comes here, it's only to spy on me.
Oh, is that why you're so upset? Because he walked in and you saw you and me, and because you all think that we're
Look,
together like
Lana,
that?
I value our relationship, and I don't want anyone coming between us.
And you really think your father would? Brad, you're being paranoid.
Look, Lana, don't let him get to you like that. You mustn't. I want you to promise me. Now, come on. You're not going to believe anything he tells you. Promise.
Right.
Oh, no but.
I ask if you're going to see him tomorrow.
No, the answer to that is no. Now, look, can we please... Can we just get this correspondence done so we can get out of here, all right? All right, you can answer that with a Form 11. Send them our brochure. Same goes for that. I'll draft a note to Mr. Morrison from my agreement as soon as I can. Also, if you would call the bank, Mr. Butler,
Yes, an antique brooch. It belonged to her grandmother. And now you're feeling guiltier than ever. Wondering how I know that. Don't forget I've been on a few guilt trips myself. Will said I shouldn't feel that way. And he's absolutely right. Jenny, look, has it ever occurred to you that Naomi left you that brooch because she was very fond of you? She was very grateful? I mean, after all, you took care of her for the first 6 weeks she was left. That was a long time ago. Oh, I see. You mean she put you in her will then, but she forgot to take you out later? I don't know what to think. Apparently she had made some changes in her will just a few days before she died. Well, there you are. Her feelings had changed. She could have done something about it then. Unless what? Unless she was saying, I blame you. I never want you to forget. Jenny, stop it. From what you've told me, it is quite obvious that Naomi was genuinely fond of you. Well, I thought so, too. I mean, the way she was pushing me toward Brad. I mean, she hadn't done that if I hadn't sensed that she was pushing me. What, the two of you would be together now? Maybe. And that still happen? No, Kathy. Jenny, you're still seeing each other. For only one reason. Because he needs me right now. Hey, I better get started, but the supper feed is going to be here any minute. Why don't you stay? I'm making stew, Stretch. All right, you talk me into it. But only if I can help. Oh, okay. You can start on the potatoes, and when you finish with those, you can start on the carrots. It means a lot. Not exactly what I had in mind.
Hey, Doug.
Well, Mr. Abbott, you have been, to use rather complex medical terminology, clobbered. Say a baseball bat did that. Well, kind of a baseball bat. All right, a nightstick. I was down by the riverbank at the Dorian factory. You know where that is? Yeah, sure. I was taking a sample of the water. A water sample? I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, one of the company guards took exception to what I was doing. He had a little distress. He told me to get the hell out of there. I told him I would in my own good time. He came at me. I didn't duck fast enough. Yeah, well, you're very fortunate that that's not worse than it is. I wasn't going to stick around having clobber me again. I figured I'd better get out of there. Very smart move on your part. Yeah, well, you didn't know it, but I got what I wanted. I got my water sample. Down by the riverside. I mean, if that isn't the most polluted water this side of the Guaymas Canal, I'll drink it. And I have no intention of doing that. Now, I was about to tell you, you're going to have a headache for a couple of days. Hey, we all did, huh? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Hey, how about our work out tomorrow? I think that you're going to want to cool it for a few days this summer. Now, all right, if you'll just hold this in place. Right there. I'll finish the dressing.
What'd you think of that?
It's brief and to the point.
The lawyer told me to hedge, not to be too interested in the property or they might raise the price.
We either sell it to us for that price or they won't.
That's exactly what I thought. I'm glad to know that you concur. Well, I think that takes care of all the earth-shaking business. Now, can I fix you a line in the top?
Yes, that'd be very nice, thank you.
So I know what you're feeling, but it's not going to last long. You're sitting there hating yourself, aren't you? For having lied to Vicky when she expected you to come up to the lake this weekend?
She was pretty upset.
What did you tell her?
That we had problems with that land acquisition.
You convinced her that you wouldn't be able to make it?
I don't know. I'm not too sure I did.
What did she say?
Then I know best. If I couldn't make it, then that's all there was to it. There was something in the tone of her voice that said, I know you're lying. I don't know why. I try like hell to trust you.
Well, maybe you should have gone up there.
Yeah, sure. Have one of my seizures in front of Vicky. You have no idea what a nightmare that last attack was. What if I'd been holding Kevin the time earlier? And Vicky had walked.
Joe, it doesn't do any good to dwell on it.
Yes, I know. Thank you. What is it with you doctors? Why are you so damn clinical? Why don't you see yourself in the patient's position once in a while?
Joe, what is it?
The eyes are bad today, that's all.
How do you mean?
I mean, I find it difficult to keep things in focus. And when that happens, it scares the hell out of me.
You're afraid that you're going to have another have another seizure, would you do me a favor for my peace of mind? Stay here tonight.
Come on, Dorian. If I do have a seizure, I'll come out of it. Or at least I have up until now. I'll always get to the phone and call you.
Yes, but there's always a chance that you could fall or hurt yourself. Joe, I know what you're thinking, that this isn't proper, but I'm suggesting this is a doctor. And I pride myself that I have never seduced a patient yet. Really. I mean, you could be cooking dinner for yourself or walking down the stairs or taking a shower, and this thing hits you.
Dorian, I do not need a nursemaid.
I wasn't suggesting that. I was just thinking that you could use Victor's old one. You see, I had an intercom system hooked up there during his last training so that he could call me in the night if he needed me.
I appreciate your concern, but I assure you it's not necessary.
You mean you're too proud to accept and stubborn?
Yeah, maybe.
And much too nice for you to say anything else.
Thank you, now. Would you be kind and freshen that up for me? Please.
If you would change your mind, I think it would be so much better.
You've done enough for me, Alma.
Thank you. Good night.
It almost worked. He almost agreed to stay. Oh, Joe, you are too proud and stubborn and too much in love with Vicky.
I know, but it can't be Paul Kendall. I mean, he must have signed up for it.
No, that's his father. That's the way Brian introduced him yesterday.
Well, I guess we were misinformed.
Yeah, we sure were. Oh, so Rad, you met that gentleman once before.
Yeah, I know. He came in a couple days ago.
You almost had a fight with him at Tony's place one night, remember? I did, yeah.
Oh, was that drunk? Well, I guess we'll get the full story as to who he is sometime. In the meantime, hi. Kendall, how are you? Hi, how are you? Brad? Brad. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hi, Brad.
So you brought your father in here to sign him up? Is that it? No. He brought me in to sign him up. I'd like to arrange a junior membership for him if there's such a thing. Surely is. Does that include the use of tennis courts? The use of all facilities with no restrictions at all.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I've seen you playing tennis before. You're pretty good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I keep trying to tell him that. Matter of fact, if you have a teaching pro here, you're looking at it.
Yeah, he once carried off the rash to 4 sets.
My fame is spreading here. I was suffering from jet lag at the time. I had no business being on the same court with him. But if you're interested in taking tennis lessons, Brian, what do you think?
Well, I thought you were going to teach me.
Well, I'm really not that good, Brian. Hey, listen, all right, I'll tell you what, I've got to pop down to the gym for a moment, so why don't you all discuss it and let me know? Okay, good deal. Oh, by the way, would there be a court available for an hour this morning? I don't know, I'll check. Okay, good. Oops, sorry. First name?
Brian. Dad?
Huh?
Do I supposed to see Tony in the hospital?
Well, it's not up to me to decide, Brian.
You mean it's up to me, right?
Well, you and your mother. Of course, I think Tony might have asked to see you.
Well, he has. But I don't really want to go see him.
Well, why not? As far as I understand, you and Tony get along pretty well, don't you?
I guess so.
Well, then what's the problem? I mean, if your mother thinks you should go, I think maybe you
Yeah,
should.
but you don't know the whole story.
Well, then maybe you better tell me.
Well, Mom doesn't want me to tell Tony about you.
I see.
Well, what do you think about that?
Well, I think it's probably a pretty good idea, at least until Tony's feeling better.
Why?
Come on now, Brian, you're old enough to understand that. I mean, after all, this is going to be a pretty big shot for Tony. I imagine your mother's just following doctor's orders.
Well, that's what she said.
Well, doctor knows best, doesn't he?
Yeah, but what if it slips out while I'm talking to him?
Well, that's not going to happen. Not if you're careful.
Oh, Paul, you can have court 3 for the next hour.
Oh, good deal. Hey, Dorian. Oh, Lana, would you give this to Brad?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks a lot. Lana, by the way, I'd appreciate if you didn't mention to Brad that I remember him from that night at Tony's place. You know, I thought I might embarrass him.
Oh, no, his mother just died that night. He was kind of out of it.
Oh, I understand. There's no problem. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot.
Have fun.
Okay, we'll do.
morning. Oh, Dr. Jansen, hi. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, look, you won't be charged for it. What we'll do is we'll give you a credit again for next time you use the court. Okay, thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Oh, hi. Listen, I was just writing you a note. Dr. Jansen just called, and he had a catch on court 2 at 12, and here's Kendall's application for Brian.
Find out anything new about him?
No, not a word. Well, I guess like you say, we'll find out soon enough.
Yep. Guess we will.
Meanwhile, we've got problems of our own, right? Yeah, Brad, I know this might get you angry all over again, but I've been thinking. And you just gotta see your father. You've gotta stay in touch with him.
Why?
Because he needs you.
That's a funny way of showing it, doesn't it?
He came here yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, for what? To spy on me? To blast me?
Now, how do you know? You never even gave him a chance to open his mouth. You know, it's not quite 9:30 yet. If you were to go over to the hospital right now, I bet you could catch him before...
Lana, just forget it.
Okay. Did you see him as he came here? Did you do it for me?
Lana, why is this so important to you?
Because I've got a feeling it's important to you. See?
All right, I'll do it for you for no other reason.
Beautiful. Call him now.
No, I'm not going to call him. If you want to, you can call me and tell him I'll be here if you want to talk. I know he's in there somewhere.
Dr. Vernon's office, please. I had word that I was taking Colonel Hutchinson on a tour of the New Swing this morning. I thought surely you would want to be our guide, Peter.
Well, I wish I could have, but an emergency came up.
A medical emergency?
That's right.
Couldn't one of your senior residents have handled it?
Perhaps. But I decided I'd better handle it myself.
I
You know, Dorian, you are absolutely amazing. You managed to convey more than 2 words and raise eyebrows than anybody I know. For example, that haughty, cold, I see. Or what that really means is, Peter, can you possibly have forgotten everything I've done for you? Including the fact that you are sitting today in this office because of my efforts on your behalf?
Have you forgotten?
No, of course not. And I'll always be grateful to you. And I assure you, you will never regret having sponsored my appointment.
Professionally, you mean?
Is there any other way that counts?
No, of course. I'm sorry, Peter. Believe me, I'm very proud of you, and I guess I sometimes get too possessed. And I'm sorry that I haven't seen more of you this summer. I thought now that Vicky's out of town, you'd have more time for me.
Dorian, I'm very fond of Vicky and Joe. And I don't think there's any of
you have been bolstering Vicky's morale the first few months that the babies are back. But I think you should be more careful, Peter. Could be Mr.
Well, sorry, I thought. Hello, Mrs. Lloyd, how are you? Look, I'll wait outside the reception room. Look, if it's all right, Richard, come on in. I'd like to take a look at that.
What? I'm very happy.
Oh, no, just fooling around. No, Mr. Abbott is being too modest, Dorian. This is an honorable wound sustained in the service of the banner. I don't think Mrs. Lloyd would be interested in that, Doctor. Well, he's actually collecting some samples of polluted water from the river behind the Dorax factory. Oh, boy. Guard came up behind him and caught it. Happened to shed a few tears in there. I'm sure he'll assume it's because you're so glad to see him.
There, you look very nice, Mr. Lloyd. You know, really, compared to last week, you look like Robert Redford.
office several times last month.
No, I wasn't.
For instance, about a month ago, she added a codicil to her will requesting that a certain piece of jewelry be left to Jenny Siegel.
Yeah?
I wish Mom had been there. She didn't laugh for a long time.
Nope. I don't suppose she has. I always liked your mother's laugh. It seemed to come so easily.
Yeah, that's why I wanted her to come.
Well, maybe when we get things straightened out, the three of us will have some time to be together.
You mean, living together?
Well, that's not possible right now, Brian. You're going to have to accept that. But, we can have lunch or dinner or a picnic or something like that. And I promise you we'll laugh.
That'd be good. I just wish...
If wishes were horses and beggars could ride. And today there wouldn't be a single beggar on foot.
It's just that I have a lot of wishes inside of me.
Such as?
Well, that you get a job here in Landview. You find an apartment to live in. I just don't like the idea of living in this hotel with your car parked outside and your suitcase over in the corner. It scares me. Makes me feel like you're going to leave me again.
She mentioned many times that she wanted Brad to have it.
You're puzzled about something.
Well, I'm just thinking about the brooch. Naomi's gesture surprised me.
Well, surely you knew your wife was very fond of Jenny Siegel when she spoke very warmly of her when she was in my office.
She did.
Yes. And it wasn't Jenny Siegel the nurse who took care of Naomi when she was so ill during your first few months at Landfield?
Yes, she was.
Well, I'm trying not to cry. I don't ever tell me anything.
Well, I have a point.
It's been so long since I lived to see you and talk to you and tell you how much I love you. I love you too, pretty lady. Tell me, how you feel,
I'm not going to enter any limits. But I do want you to realize that I did this just for you. Prove to you how much I want you to marry me. Just put me in there fast enough.
Thanks a lot.
As long as you're impressed. But, I do think I deserve a kiss, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Another one. Makes me feel better. A couple more like that, and I'm going to start chasing you down the hall.
And I